Myself Kushagra Dubey, Associate Professor in Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to know about the preparation of formulary. So, how do we prepare the formulary? In the last video, we studied about the advantages, disadvantages, and guidelines. Now, in this preparation of formulary, visually it's a pleasing, easily readable, and professional in appearance. The formulary should be easily readable. A typical formulary must have the following composition like title page, name and title of the member of the PTC, table of content, information on hospital policies and procedures, and product accepted for use at hospital and appendix. This is like we had write a book or we had read a book. So the book should be visually pleasing and easily readable. Now what are the contents in this preparation of formulary? Introduction. List of abbreviation should be there, list of drugs used in the formulary, basic information on each drug like efficacy for the treatment of specific condition, safety profile of the drug, interaction profile of the drug, adverse effect, pharmacokinetic profile of the drug, availability of the item, available dosage form, cost, acceptability to patient. So, if we talk about the contents, then the content should be there in the formulary, and the basic is the list of abbreviation and the basic information of the drug like adverse effects, interaction, safety, pharmacokinetic profile, and what are the available doses form of the drug, what is the cost of drug, and acceptability of the patient. With this, the supplementary information on each drug should be there like storage guidelines, where to store, patient counseling information should be there, labeling information, brand name and prices, and prescribing and dispensing guidelines like principles of prescription writing. What are the principles of prescription writing? Reporting of ADR, prevention of ADR means reporting of adverse drug reaction, how to report, and prevention of adverse drug reactions, how we prevent the adverse drug reactions. Guidelines, storage guideline of the drug is very important. General drug use and advice, use of IV drugs, how we use, special situations like pregnancy, breastfeeding, liver disease, kidney disease, and poison information of the drug and antidotes, treatment of snake bites and insect bites. If we talk about the miscellaneous section, then children's dose, renal adjustment, metric units, diagnostic acts. This all should be there in the content of the formulary. So what is the responsibility of the individual? The drug selection is responsibility. Promoting formulary adherence means review and take action on all non-formulary drugs used in the hospital. Provide a copy of the hospital formulary to all doctors in the hospital. Involve the medical staff in various formulary implementing programs. Give much advertisement and publicity regarding formulary. And revision of formulary, it is very important. Now, typical formulary have what type of composition? It have the title page, name and title of the member of the PTC, Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee. It have the table of contents like in the book, information on hospital policies and procedures concerning drugs, like objective and operation of the formulary system, hospital regulation and procedure for prescribing and dispensing drugs. Now, product accepted for use at the hospital. Items are added, the drugs are added, deleted, requests for inclusion, pharmacological therapeutic indexes, description of products by pharmacological and therapeutic class, and appendix. Rules for calculating pediatric. What are the rules for calculating pediatric dosage? Schedule for standard administration times, forms of addition or deletion from formulary, and other important forms should be there. These are the basic needs of the formulary. Now, formulary versus drug list. Now, formulary is the listing of drug by their generic name followed by information on strength, form, posology, toxicology, use and recommend quantity to be dispensed. Prepared locally by its own clinical staff. Information provided is subject to local needs and desires. This is the formulary. Now what is the drug list? Generic name followed by data on strength and form. Prepared by country's outstanding clinicians, pharmacologists and pharmacists according to their pharmacological properties. Now, revision of formulary. How we revise the formulary? The PTC holds meeting to discuss about the revision of the formulary. And the annual revision is necessary because of the changes in the drug products, removal of certain drugs from the market, and changes in the hospital policy. The addition of details of a drug is done by attaching the supplement sheet at the back of the formulary. The addition of any drug to the formulary is a complex decision. All steps prior to the addition or deletion of a drug must be reported to the medical staff. So, this is the revision of formulary. The meeting should be held by the PTC. Now, how we add the formulary? The assessment of new medicine is critical to managing a formulary list, which involves adding new medicines and deleting old ones. Drugs should be evaluated and compared on the basis of its efficacy, effectiveness, safety, cost of use and quality. Efficacy, effectiveness and safety can be evaluated from a critical assessment of the literature. A request for inclusion of a drug in the hospital formulary shall be made by submitting a formulary addition request along with supporting literature and a signed disclosure of dual interest to the PTC, Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee. The committee will make one of the following decisions regarding the request. Approval is done on this request. Now, deletion. Suggestions for deletion of drugs from the formulary may be submitted to the P&T committee by any member of the medical, pharmacy or nursing staff. In order to control growth of hospital formularies, some addition will be balanced by deletion of another drug. P&T committee shall periodically review its stocks and various therapeutic classes on an ongoing basis to effect deletion of duplicate drugs whose usage is low or those which can readily be replaced by less costly but equally drug. Now, the main thing is that the addition and deletion should be balanced. If we add one drug, then we have to delete one drug. Okay. Now, generic substitution. The formulary system which admits a drug under the non-proprietary name implies permitted substitution of chemically and pharmacologically equivalent products. Generics. So, this is the generic substitution. We can substitute a drug, and the formulary system which admits a drug under the non-proprietary name. Now, criteria for addition or deletion of drug. The subject drug must be present in the pharmacopoeia. The drug which should be deleted or addition is done, then it is present in the pharmacopoeia. The drug product is to be manufactured by a licensed company with a good record. The preparation of known composition can only be added to the formulary. The subject drug product should receive approval for its clinical value by the local physician. The drug of established therapeutic efficacy can only be added to the formulary. So these are the criteria. Now, what are the restricted drugs? In order to promote and ensure rational use of drug, P&T committee approves specific uses criteria that must be met prior, means first, to dispensing certain drugs. These drugs are known to be privileged drugs in the formulary, and the prescribed being bounded by one of the following types: by indication, by specialty, by a group of patients, by protocol or guidelines. It is the responsibility of the physician to ensure that all specific criteria are met before prescribing the drug. The pharmacist, upon receiving the form, will be approved. Then non-formulary drugs, drugs which are not currently approved by the P&T committee for use at hospital are known as non-formulary drugs. Only those drugs which are listed in the formulary of the will be stocked in the pharmacy and accordingly prescribed by the medical staff. In a special clinical situation, an attending physician may request procurement of a specific drug if none of the currently available formulary products meet the therapeutic need of the patient. All acceptable therapeutic alternatives listed in the formulary have been tried and failed, and the non-formulary product is superior to the available alternatives. So, non-formulary, these are the criteria for the addition of the non-formulary drugs. Now, procedure for requesting a non-formulary drug. Supporting literature to his/her section had a department chair for approval. One sign the form and literature are sent to the head of pharmacy for approval. The head of pharmacy may consult expert with the hospital P&T committee chair for the opinion of the request. If the head of pharmacy approves the request, he will then arrange procurement of the medication. A non-formulary drug is only to be used by the requesting physician for a single patient and is not intended for use by the general staff for the general patient population. Proper documentation will be maintained. The requesting physician is required to complete a form follow-up letter describing the treatment outcome with the drug. A summary of all non-formulary drug requests will be presented periodically to the PTC committee for review. It is not easy to add a non-formulary drug. This is the form: patient, room and date, medicine name, strength, dosage form, current formulary alternatives. Why is the agent preferable to the formulary alternative suggested? Was this medicine request prompted by a manufacturer representative? Yes or no? Are you requesting permanent addition of the medicine to the medication formulary? Yes or no? If yes, will you present at the next PTC meeting to discuss the advantage of its medicine? Yes or no? If accepted, what formulary medicine do you recommend for deletion? Prescribing doctor and his signature. So this is the non-formulary medicine request form for one time. Role of pharmacist in the preparation of hospital formulary. The pharmacist collects information on various drugs to be included in the formulary from different pharmacopoeia. Evaluates various drugs as per the guideline of the PTC. He is mainly involved in the preparation of the formulary under the guidance of pharmacy and therapeutic committee. He is responsible for annual revision of the formulary. So this is the role of pharmacist. He used to get the information on various drugs which are included in the formulary from different pharmacopoeias, and he should follow the guideline of the PCT. He involved in the preparation of the formulary. So this is all about the hospital formulary and the preparation of the hospital formulary, its revision, addition, deletion, non-formulary drugs and the form for non-formulary